Hi, my name's Ekel O'Harrod, and this is a light modifier. I'm going to tell you why it's the wrong one and why this is the right one. Welcome to Ekel Photo, and I'm going to show you how to take a couple real good pictures. Okay, have you ever taken a lot of pictures that seemed like they were going to turn out really well, and then all of a sudden you kind of had a flat picture, something that just wasn't quite what you really wanted? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can use a very, very cheap light modifier, and I'm going to tell you the right one to get, especially if you're going to use other things like triggers and stuff. I'm going to show you the right one to get and why I consider it the right one and why I made the wrong choice first. So, cheaper is not always better. The story goes just like everyone has always had it go. You get on Amazon and you look at the thing here and the thing there, and you kind of say, this thing is kind of, ooh, I could, oh, no, I can't get that because that's a little expensive, but ooh, I think I'm gonna get that. And so you decide to get the thing that's cheaper. But then you get it home and it kind of does what you want it to do. It really does. Let's give you an example. Right here, this thing right here it's a ring light, which is gonna be a whole episode within itself about the way to use a better ring light and a better modifier. But besides that, if you look right here, has little brackets right there. Let's give you a nice little close look. Brackets right there, okay? And these brackets kind of go all around. You take it, put it right in the spot like that. You open it up until finally it's a ring light. Now, as you can see, it kind of sticks a little bit, hangs over the edge a little bit, and it's generally a pain in the ass, but that's the nature of this particular type of ring light because it is completely portable. The reason I got it was because it was completely portable. Just like that. Has the back right here where the speed light goes in, and then the speed light sits inside there and in turn bounces off a bunch of tinfoil looking stuff and creates a very nice big luminous sort of image. It comes right out from the snout, and you would think that this is perfect, but the problem is this ring light is very, very big. Very big. So how in the world are you supposed to see through there other than through the lens? Because sometimes you have a trigger on top of your camera, and that trigger, say, has a laser bounce that helps you with your focus, right? And you're in a dark kind of sort of a convention center or you're doing events and you're walking around, and because this particular modifier has nowhere for you to look through, and I made a mistake. I bought this thing and I thought to myself, it's a little cheaper, why not get it? But much like when you're rolling the dice with Amazon, this happens. It just does. Sorry to get so into it there. I got passionate. I wanted to show it to you. So this is the other one. I think Nearer makes this one. But just little teeny things that have made all the difference in the world. Still kind of unruly to deal with. But it is a full-fledged, very large light. When you use a speed light in here, it is a very large light. I used it with my sister Tia. She does several campaigns and different things like that. She is a marketer of the nth degree. She is a person that needs to have an image that is above and beyond. She is a very big force of nature, and so therefore she has to have appropriate pictures that kind of show you that she's a force of nature. So she tries to come to me as many times as she can to kind of get some pictures taken of her, and I've done quite a few over the years. And this particular session, we didn't just use the speed light. We tried to use other lights, but I was having issues with the trigger, and so I decided to hunker down and just use this light, and we came up with this series of pictures. And it was really, honestly, it was surprisingly easy to pull really great pictures out of the raw film, out of the raw pictures that I was able to get. Some of the stuff I needed, I was having issues with focus, and that was one of the reasons why I started using the other trigger, the trigger from Youngyo. They have this great little laser right in the middle of it, and that great little laser is perfect to fit through there. And so I was thinking to myself, how could I use this? After I used it with my sister, I was like, how can I use this thing as much as possible? But the problem is it's so big. But still, I have to say, I mean, you could get one of those very expensive lights, but this daggone thing was dirt cheap. As a matter of fact, that's the price right there. And that price was like, all right, so here's the price for the one I didn't like, and here's the price for the one I did like, right? Both of them combined is less than, let's say, 6 or 7 different ring lights that you would buy, really heavy duty ones. You can do some spectacular work in almost any location. You can go anywhere and bring this light, and it works great in conventions. As a matter of fact, I was walking around with this thing at a convention, and everybody kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And then I showed them some of the pictures, and they went, "Oh, okay." Because any backdrop becomes a backdrop. Any place you are becomes a backdrop. The light wraps around the person, and it becomes a backdrop. I mean, I took this picture of a stormtrooper, which I hope I can show you right here. And this picture right here, took me 3 seconds to do the grade on. As you can see, it has lots of detail, and that detail is like seriously easy to pop out when you use a ring light of this size. It's like cheating. I am not lying. There's a lot of interesting things you could do, especially if you have like a 50 millimeter or a 50 millimeter or 85 millimeter, right? You can get far enough away that person is literally popped in the middle of your frame, and that's the only person you see. I mean, you can see other people, but if you have it dialed up correctly, have the aperture at, say, I mean, if it was me and I'm in a convention and I want fast focusing, I'm going to go with maybe a f2, f2.4, something like that. So, and I would just walk around, and it will take enough of the backgrounds out. I really actually wish I used this more at Comicon, and I think this next year I'm just going to take this sucker around with me. I kind of wanted to cheat, right, and use this as a soft box where I would have it on a monopod, and I would strap the light with the trigger, right, and then have the whole thing on a stick that kind of held up right here, and then I would have to strap it down with something, and then I could walk around and take pictures, which is a whole nother subject. I shouldn't have gotten distracted. It's a great light. It creates great light. You can use any cheap ETTL light on this, and you will be in like Flint. Here are a few examples of this light in action. You can get away with a lot if you have a lot of light. So that's all I have to say about this today. You want this thing? Click the link. If you like this video, please just give it a thumbs up. That'll let the algorithm know that you like me, you really like me. And even though you aren't subscribed yet, I know that you will be soon. Like, subscribe, and love Ikello Photo. And remember to love the camera that you are with. Bye, y'all. See ya.